Hi, class. I'd like to go through the best practices for the HUM module, and I also would like to clarify the content on job analysis. We had a lot of good responses for this module, so on best practices. Want to emphasize the importance of using STAR. And this one, this is a best practice, comes from Rachel. And you can see how she's actually spelled the word out: situation, task, action, result, and she placed in bold and a capital letter the first letter of each one. Makes her responses just really easy to follow. And by the way, I received an email this week from a student in an earlier class who said that she had a couple of job interviews recently, and two of the questions she was asked were exactly the same as our behavioral interview questions from this course. And of course, she said she was prepared right away. She had a response from what she had written out for the course. So that's why I want to get you used to using the STAR format. It really works well. It's great for interviews, so it's a good preparation. So make sure you're doing that. Also, notice how she's bolded the headers, and you can see the numbering. Everything is really clear to follow. So Rachel did a nice job here. Next one I want to show you. This comes from Brylan, and notice how in the challenges he's clearly marked the use um, of diet. The same concept here. He's got the letters bolded; they're clear. Then he has his responses, and that works well. He also, let me see if I can, for an exam question, um, he places the answer in bold. So, so let's shout out to Rachel and Braylon, best practices on the HUM module. I'd like to take a minute and just talk about a job analysis a little bit further because it's such an important process. It's considered a foundational process, and what is meant by that is that many of the processes within the organization are based upon a job analysis. There are uh, a good example is used to support selection and placement, training and development. All starts with job analysis. There are different. There's a couple of different types of job analysis. One is a task-oriented analysis, which is kind of what we've focused on here. A second type is worker-oriented analysis, and it's not evaluation. It focuses on the type of characteristics ideally needed to perform the work. And so it's very helpful in selection and placement. Um, it's also possible to go both ways, but normally it's not. Usually the most common one is a task uh, oriented analysis. Now, I'd like to get into the methods for collecting data. Um, I think it's very common when conducting a job analysis to use more than one method. For example, when I was an internal consultant in manufacturing and would do this, I would normally start with observation. I would walk a line or an area, observe it, and create a flow of work, and then use that flow of work as a basis to follow up with interviews to find out, just exactly what are they doing, what are the tasks, what are the decisions that they were doing. Also, not all jobs are observable or easily observed. Say some jobs are non-routine, so it might literally take 2 weeks to observe them, which is not cost effective. So what we do, we have what we call work diary, and we would give workers the work diary, ask them to track their tasks over a couple of weeks. Then they turn the work diaries in. We take the work diary, create a flow of work, and use that as a basis to follow up with interviews. If you're trying to cover a lot of people, so interviews becomes timely, too much time, then you might want to do a questionnaire or a survey as part of the follow-up. Now, also, the critical incidents aren't done for every single task or job analysis, but they are really helpful for training and development, because what a critical incidents do, you get subject matter experts and have them identify what are the critical tasks that need to be performed that make the difference between high performance and average performance. So it's what are the tasks that make a difference that matters. And in a lot of jobs, this is important information. Let's say if you're any job that interfaces with a customer, in training, it was important when I used to do these in training, and it was really important for me to know what are the critical incidents in training that make a difference between an average trainer and a high performance trainer. So a lot of times the critical incidents are worth identifying because they can really be helpful. So this job analysis is really a foundational process. It's a key process. And so I just wanted to take a minute and emphasize the importance of it. All right, the next module up is the decision making module. And as you can see here, our behavioral interview question, recount an occasion where you had to choose between equally viable options to accomplish a single goal. Explain your thought process and use the STAR model to format your response. And then you've got your challenges for the IDC case study. Same thing, use diet. Notice it even says in the question, diagnose, intervene, evaluate, transfer. So, you can follow the directions, use diet and the initials, format it the way Braylon did. It's easy to follow that way. For this particular module, notice it says on your exam question, no, TF, or fill in the blank. Also, make sure you provide an answer and place the answer in bold. Now, what I'm going to do, I'll open this module tomorrow and make it available. And notice that your due dates for the quiz and your response here to the discussion question is not till March the 20th. So that gives you the spring break week and then another week just to put that together, and then you have the week of March 20th to do your discussion. So you're going to have some extra time for this module. So if for those of you who want to work ahead, I'm going to open it up and I'll make it available tomorrow. The midterm will stay available. I think I think it was through Monday. So thank you.